Sebastián de Vivanco. Sebastián de Vivanco c. 1551, in Ávila October 26, 1622 in Salamanca, was a Spanish priest and composer of the Renaissance. Life. Vivanco was born in Ávila, like Tomás Luis de Victoria. However, the exact date of his birth is unknown. It is hypothesized that he was born a few years after Victoria, and that they both knew each other as children and sang together at the chapel of the Cathedral of Ávila. During the time that Vivanco sang in the chorus, the maestri di capella were Geronimo de Espinar, Bernardino de Ribera 1559, and Juan Navarro Hispalensis 1563. This last composer had the most profound influence on Vivanco. After 1566, with the change in his voice, Vivanco commenced studies as a priest, as Victoria had done. Around 1576, while still a subdeacon, he was named Maestro di Capilla at the Cathedral of Lerida, but shortly thereafter, on July 4, 1576, he was dismissed from this position. Upon his return to Castile, in February 1577, he was named Maestro di Capilla at the Cathedral of Segovia, a position of higher prestige and pay than the previous ones. He moved there with his mother and remained there for the following 10 years. During this period, he became a deacon and then, in 1581, was ordained as a priest. In 1588, he returned to his native city, Ávila, in order to take charge of the cathedral chapel. He remained here until 1602, when he took possession of the position of Maestro di Capilla at the Cathedral of Salamanca. This was his last position and the most important to his musical contributions. His 3 publications were printed during his time in this city. On February 19, 1603, he became professor of music at the University of Salamanca, and on March 4 of the same year, he received the degree of Master of Arts honoris causa. Vivanco was occupied with his position in the Cathedral of the University until his death on October 26, 1622. Work. The bulk of Vivanco's surviving work was published in 3 books in Salamanca between 1607 and 1610 by the printer Artis Taberniel of Antwerp, who by then was the official printer of the University of Salamanca. The books contain a selection probably chosen by the composer himself of his best pieces, spanning over 40 years of work. The books are Liber Magnificarum, published in 1607. Contains 18 versions of the Magnificat. Consists of 270 pages in choral format. The cover page contains a likeness of the composer kneeling before a crucifix. It is considered his most important work. Libro de Missaes, published in 1608. 3 extant copies are known, one of which is in the church of Santa Maria la Mayor de Ledesma, Salamanca, and 2 other fragments in Granada and Seville. It contains 10 masses, Missa Assumpsit Jesus 5 of, Missa in Festo Vita Maria Virgin 4, Missa Vita Virgin in Sabato 4, Missa Crux Fidelis 6, Missa Doctor Bonus 4, Missa in Manus 2 is 8, Missa Oquem Suavis Ease Domine 4, Missa Corti Toni 4, Missa Sexti Toni 4, Missa super octos tonos, 4, Libro de Motites, published in 1610. 2 copies survive, one in the Cathedral of Salamanca and the other in the Cathedral of Segovia. Both are incomplete. However, the copy in Salamanca is only missing a few pages, and approximately 70 motets remain. Another book of motets was also printed in Salamanca. The only known copy of this edition is held in the Metropolitan Cathedral of Mexico. It contains 74 motets and is similar to the book published in 1610. Other works are extant in various manuscripts, though their identification and cataloging has yet to be completed. Among the manuscripts are 2 choral books copied for the monastery of Guadalupe in Extremadura, copied at the beginning of the 17th century. They contain 3 masses, Missa 2es Vas Electiones, Missa Paradies Feriados, Missa de Requiem Taciturna, portions of the Office for the Dead, a version of the hymn Vexilla Regis for Passiontide, 3 Lamentations of Jeremiah for Holy Week, 2 small pieces, various manuscripts from the beginning of the 17th century pertaining to the Cathedral of Salamanca containing motets and hymns. Discography. Recordings dedicated entirely to Vivanco, or which include some of his works, are the following: 1985 Treasures of the Spanish Renaissance, Westminster Cathedral Choir, David Hill, CD 66,168, 1998 Mortus Iesti Philippus Rex, Music for the Life and Death of the Spanish King, Westminster Cathedral Choir, James O'Donnell, Hyperion, 1999 Canticum Canticorum, Orchestra of the Renaissance, Richard Cheetham y Michael No. 1, Glossa 921,403, 1999, 2003 Lobo Lamentations, Vivanco, Missa Assumpsit Isis, Musica Reservata de Barcelona, Bruno Turner, La Monteguido 2045, 2003 Sebastián de Vivanco, In Manis Tuas, Orchestra of the Renaissance, Michael No. 1, Glossa GCD 921,405, 2003 Sebastián de Vivanco Libro de Motetes 1610, Capella Flame Kawai Ultramontano, Dirk Snellings Wimbiku, Los Idades del Humber, Glossa LCD 9706 6, 2005 Sebastián de Vivanco, Missa Crux Fidelis, Motets, The Choir of King's College London, David Trendell, Gaudimus, 2018 Sebastián de Vivanco, Missa Assumpsit Jesus, Motets, De Profundis, Robert Hollingworth, Hyperion,